In this video, I will explain the differences between a LEGO collector, investor, and scalper. I've seen these terms get mixed around in the comments section of my videos, so I'd like to state the differences here for clarity and my own sanity. LEGO collecting is where most people start their journey. Whether it's just a particular line of sets or trying to obtain every LEGO product under the sun, the goal of the collector is simply to collect. Future value is not a concern. The joy derived from a collector's efforts are in the curation and/or completeness of their collection alone. But because LEGO sets do accumulate in value over time, it's not long before a serious collector can turn into an investor. Let me be clear, it's possible to be a collector and an investor at the same time. I consider myself an investor collector. A portion of my LEGO budget goes to sets that are just for me. If they never grow in value, that's totally fine. I just love owning them. Then there's a portion of my budget that is there for buying sets specifically for their future value. The goal of the investor is to derive as much value from their investments as possible. A lot of people in the community look down on investors, but I think they serve an important purpose. Once a LEGO set retires, the only hope someone has of acquiring said set is in the aftermarket. And what fuels the aftermarket? That's right, it's mostly investors. I've heard the argument that investors are bad because they buy up all the available stock and leave nothing for enthusiasts and collectors, but I don't agree with this argument. A smart investor will only buy a set when it's close to retirement, which means it's been on the shelves for at least 1 year, most often 2 or more years. If that's not enough time for someone to purchase a set, then I think you can direct your anger towards the LEGO group and not investors. Now, if a set is known to have a short supply and people start gobbling it up, I do consider that scalping and not investing. I'll be straight up, I don't condone scalping, and I understand why some people lump scalpers and investors together. A scalper is like an investor that's gone too far. Before I sound all high and mighty, I have to admit that I've been guilty of scalping in the past. I would buy sets knowing that they would be in short supply just to turn them around for a quick buck. I know, despicable. I've corrected my ways, but I understand why people are drawn to it. It's a great way to make money, but it's not great for the community. That said, I can only partially blame scalpers. Most of the blame lies with the LEGO group. They are ultimately responsible for supply shortages, which drive scalper activity. Sometimes there's only so much a company can do, but things like con exclusive, gift with purchase sets, and regional exclusives are like scalper bait. I plan on doing a complete series on these types of sets, which are a problem in my eyes, so I'll keep my argument here short. The most important thing to take away here is that not all investors are scalpers, and lumping them together isn't honest or fair. There you have it, the differences between LEGO collectors, investors, and scalpers. I expect the comment section to get a little combative, but I do invite opposing viewpoints and would love to have a dialogue with everyone on this subject. If you want more content like this, I highly recommend subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. You can also check out our podcast, just search for the Toy Talk Guys in your podcast app of choice, or click the link in the description below. Remember that this is not professional investing advice. All investing involves risk, and you are solely responsible for that risk. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.